Just a heads up out there in Monkey Land, you're going to want to refer to our Facebook page for the visuals for this episode. The monkeys intended this to be a video episode, but they quickly learned they're not quite ready for video. Sorry!
God, when you do video, you have to be really conscious of stuff.
So, I think it's no secret that there are two of the younger generations on this podcast and one of a not so young generation.
I'm just from the coolest generation.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, sometimes Jason and I will get off on some tangents, and Mom, you kind of sit there like, what the hell's going on, right? And so I figured today we can talk about some internet memes that I'm almost positive you have never come across.
Okay.
Because I know your TikTok feed is vastly different from mine.
My TikTok feed is full of golden retrievers.
As it should be.
Yeah. No, that's not mine. But anyway.
I know, you watch the guy with the water key.
What the heck is that?
So there's this guy, he's got a little water key to do faucets, and he'll just walk around to public faucets and set up his phone and be like, all right, today we're going to see if this faucet has flow. And then he'll unlock it and water will come spewing out and he'll be like, oh, this faucet has flow. And he'll dance around being all stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
But Hayden watches it.
That's funny.
It's just one of those things, right?
Get ready for unfiltered banter, laughs, and a barrel of fun. This is Monkeys Unfiltered.
For anybody new here, welcome to the Monkeys Unfiltered podcast. I am Hayden, joined as always by my mother and brother. How you all been doing?
I've been doing fine.
What do you meme? How am I doing?
Oh, you so funny.
So what initially got me down this road was a few weeks ago, Mom, you mentioned, or you asked what Haktua meant. And it caught me so wildly off guard that I mentioned this as a possible idea immediately after that episode. Jason and I have gathered a few memes to share.
Well, let's be clear. I knew what Haktua was, right? I wanted to know.
Wow, she even put the stank on it. She went,
Haktua. I wanted to know what the big deal was with the girl. I didn't realize what she had done, but
nothing.
You guys send me all kinds of memes, and I'm like, huh?
So before you joined in the call, Jason and I were going over a little bit of the memes that we gathered.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones that we overlapped with that I think we can kind of go together on is the Grimace Shake meme.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what this is?
I know what a Grimace Shake is.
So you know who Grimace is, though?
I do know who Grimace is.
For anybody who doesn't, Grimace is the purple mass that is a mascot of McDonald's.
I was going to say...
what is he?
I was going to say Blob. He's the precursor to Barney.
He's literally just an egg-shaped purple thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a thing. He's not based on anything, I don't think.
Geometric shapes.
And
the square hole.
It's... So the Grimace Shake meme is something from last year. So every year... I don't know if it's every year, but last year, McDonald's released a Grimace Shake for Grimace's birthday.
Right. I remember that.
And TikTok, being TikTok, took it to a very dark level, right?
Wow. Okay.
And so the videos would be of people, having the shake, and they'd be like, happy birthday, Grimace, and they'd take a sip of it. They'd be like, oh, it's not bad. And then it'd immediately cut to the most horrific scene, like the aftermath. Like they're laying over the sidewalk curb, like they're dead, but it's just Grimace Shake all over them.
They've been exploded by the Grimace Shake.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have a video here. It's a compilation video, but we can just watch one or two to show you.
This is one of those moments where you're going to want to refer to Facebook to have the best experience for this episode.
Okay.
Oh,
It's just dumb. So like they just turned
you
it
wound up in the back rooms.
Wow.
right. So they just turned it into the most like horrific scene possible.
Yeah, it's almost like they turned it into a murder scene. So the premise of drinking the Grimace shake is something horrific is about to happen to
The
you.
Grimace premise.
Yes, the Grimace premise.
So if you drink the Grimace,
Hey, we coined that. Anybody who takes that on, that belongs to Monkeys Unfiltered.
not to be confused with the Red Thread doing stickers.
That was so funny. Mom found a Facebook account, which should have been a dead giveaway that it wasn't the Red Thread podcast, that it was on Facebook. But it had 207 followers, and they like make stickers and do threads and stuff. And so she's like, "Is this the guys?"
Well,
I'm
they
like,
put
"No."
up a post today that said sticker, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
it was
Yeah,
quite ironic.
But anyways, didn't take long to figure out. So wait a minute.
Right.
So the whole premise of the Grimace shake meme is that your head's going to blow up?
No,
Or just something
just
horrific.
that something bad is about to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like, how do they make that? Like who thought? So this is where I get confused. How do you go from sampling a shake to, oh my God, something bad's going to happen to me now, and we're going to make it a viral event on the internet?
So that's the meme. Like that's how it organically happened. So the fact that people were trying Grimace shakes, somebody did one of those, and they're like, "Oh, that's funny." Somebody else did it. Next thing you know, it's viral. Everyone's doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if it's not funny?
I mean, but it was though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So like,
it was no
memes
matter
only
what you
become
did.
memes if people think it's funny, right? So it only blows up if it works. If it doesn't work, it just doesn't blow up.
And so that was my point. What I was saying to Hayden earlier, like it's tough for me to say, hey, I'd like to talk about this meme on the show because I don't see any of that kind of stuff in my TikTok feed, much like Hayden said earlier. Our feeds are really
Yeah.
different. So I don't ever see it. So therefore, when I do see it, I'm like, what's so funny about that? I mean, the Hawk Tuah girl was funny.
What's funny about her too is you asked like, what did she do? Literally nothing.
Right.
She was just walking
Nothing.
down Broadway and
Answered a question.
yeah.
Yeah, she was doing one of those impromptu interview things that you see all the time, and she just answered a question like, "What would make a guy go crazy in bed?" And she just said, "You gotta Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing."
Right.
You get me?
Right.
And that, for whatever reason, here's the thing: memes don't have to make sense.
Well,
It's just whatever people's like. That's funny. It's
but
just
with that particular one, it's funny because it's a shock. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she just said that, right? Because
I can believe it.
plenty of people might have thought that, but the fact that she said it out loud is kind of what makes it funny. But
exactly.
I don't
And
find
so-
the Grimace shake thing funny.
So, but that's comedy, right? Is like, so delivery is half the battle. Like you can say a
Absolutely.
funny thing at the wrong time or the wrong way, and it's not funny.
Right.
But you can say something not funny at the right time, and it is funny. And
That's-
so what happened was, coupled with her delivery, the words she used, the motions, her just general demeanor, all of it just worked together.
It was funny.
So
Yeah.
that I'm sorry to get off on a tangent here, but like you saying it's the delivery made me think of that's the fact of why Kevin Hart is so big. A lot of what he says.
That's exactly right.
Oh, I get it. Big, right?
Sorry.
But like a lot of what he says isn't overly funny. Like the whole bit about when his mom let him cuss at school to his teacher and whatnot, like that was funny. But
hmm
his delivery of it is what makes it super funny.
Right.
Same with like Tom Segura. The way Tom Segura just delivers his jokes makes them immensely more funny.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes most comedians funny because they have mastered that art of delivery. Because there's this gal that, oddly enough, I discovered on TikTok. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think she's Hispanic, and she's all the time making fun of herself and her life and things. But she's also very vocal about her Christianity. And so her husband's asking her, like, how are you going to be a comedian and, and be a Christian? But she's the one who does the voice. I don't know if you've ever heard, there was a lot of people who used her sound and did a video about why you don't want to jail now.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking. So that chick, it's the way she does her delivery that makes her really funny.
Yeah.
Right, and so that's also like on Mad TV. Gosh, what's her name? I can't remember where she's like, oh yeah,
Mrs. Swan.
yeah, Mrs. Swan.
I don't know
Yeah.
what her real name is, but
That's a classic.
I love her.
All right, so let's move on to something else
Okay.
here. Mom, do you recognize my man?
Is that her Mambe or whatever his name was? The one that what was his name? The one they shot?
This is one of the saviors of the world. So like what
Okay.
happened was after everything went down, people started making like incredible memes out of the Harambe gorilla.
Harambe. I was
So-
close.
Yeah, so people like put in like all kinds of memes. They would like, oh, Harambe was gonna like reveal
Right.
like who was about to be elected president. He like traveled from the future trying to save the planet, all this kind of stuff. It was so funny. And so I actually have
See, I knew who he was.
He was just trying to vibe with that kid.
He was just trying to vibe.
He was like, oh, a new friend.
I know Fwin. Hi, Fwin.
This is one of those moments. You're going to want to check the monkey's Facebook page.
So here's kind of what played out. The kid crawls underneath a fence and like gets into this gorilla enclosure, and Harambe is just kind of like running around, and
Dragging
he's
the
like
kid.
he's like pseudo protecting the kid. Then all of a sudden he grabs his leg and starts dragging him through the water, you know. And so ultimately what happened was the zookeepers ended up shooting him. And so people were thinking like there was no reason to shoot Harambe. Like you could have just
Tranquilized him.
yeah, you could have
Right.
just tranked him or something like that. You could have like definitely handled the situation a different way. So people came up with all these conspiracy theories that Harambe was actually like a time traveling savior, and they had to put him down.
So that I do kind of remember there were a lot of memes about him after that, and I did know who he was. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, that was the Cincinnati Zoo. That was I think May 8th or 18th in 2016.
Yeah. So the biggest thing I've seen like come from that like conspiracy theory is that like the moment they killed Harambe, that's when the world started going to shit.
Truly, very truly.
Pretty much.
It's when Donald Trump was elected that year.
Everything was great up until then, and then they shot that gorilla, and everything has gone to hell.
Yeah, that's one of the memes. In fact, is like, yeah, everything was great. Then my man's died. Like,
Then my man's died. Oh my gosh, I do remember that.
Do you know
The Muffin Man.
the song "Mom, You Are My Sunshine"?
You know, I do know that song. I sang it to all three of y'all when y'all were babies, trying to make you go to sleep. You little shits, go to sleep.
So do you know who this is in the center?
LeBron James.
It is. So
Oh, look at me! Ding, 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 ding! Winner, winner, chicken
you
dinner!
got it.
good job.
Lovely.
So I think it was like towards the end of last year, there was this guy, I don't remember who it was. He started just tweeting at LeBron, I think it was, or something on social media. He would just post that video every single day and tag LeBron in it. Kind of like as a way to like make fun of his diehard supporters. It kind of amassed this like cult following to where people just started tagging him all the time in it. It got so bad once that the entire crypto.com arena in LA where the Lakers play started singing the song unprompted
No
no.
way.
in
that
the
would
middle
creep
of the
me
game.
out, dude. Get out of
Wow.
here.
And so now on TikTok, every now and again, it's kind of faded into irrelevancy because memes only have like a 3-month lifespan.
If that.
Right. But it would be like you're just watching some random like sports related video or whatever, not even connected to LeBron. It might not even be sports related. And then all of a sudden this video of LeBron, this like heavenly looking LeBron just pops up and it's like, you are my sunshine. I watched a video one time. It was one of those longer TikTok videos. It was about an intersection and how efficient this intersection could be. Don't ask me why. It's a guy thing. The guys will get it.
Wow. I'm like, that's what you spend your
I-
time watching long TikToks on?
I watched this TikTok for 4.5 minutes, only for the last minute and a half to be LeBron James.
Yep.
I didn't get to the resolution of the video of if this was an efficient intersection or not, but that's just the whole meme is you get so invested in this video, then there's LeBron and you never get your conclusion.
Wow. Okay.
So you mentioned at the beginning, Hayden, that people would just at him on Twitter like constantly. That's actually like a subculture in and of itself. People that go on and say this is like day 29 of asking X question,
I
or
have heard of that.
demanding X thing or whatever. And people will go on for like hundreds of days doing that in a row.
I have heard of that.
So like that's the thing. You can actually like manufacture a meme out of that if you want to.
Absolutely. It's the most random things too. Like, who thinks of that?
I do.
Originally, it's to make fun of like the diehard supporters of LeBron.
Right.
But like, he edited this photo in such a way that it literally looks like LeBron is coming down from the heavens.
Yeah, he definitely looks like an angelic being.
Like, what?
It looks kind of scary. But here's the other thing, though. How does the rest of the internet find out that this guy is adding LeBron James for days on end with this video? Like, how that?
Because he made a TikTok about it and then posted it, and he kind of had somewhat of a following already.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not an insane, like, huge, like a couple thousand people maybe, but like they found it funny enough that they started doing it. And then anything LeBron was doing, you would see people, and people in there are like, ha, that's funny. Let me do it too. And then it just spreads like wildfire.
Why can't I come up with an idea like that? Dang.
Well, here's the thing. You could and just don't know it. Like, you just have to do things. Like, sometimes it works. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Well,
For example, oh, go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, sometimes I think some of that viral stuff is very mapped out.
It can be.
Yeah.
It definitely can be.
I mean, doing what I do for a living, you can construct something with all the right elements to go viral.
Well,
yeah.
I kind of want to jump in here with this one real quick.
That's a pretty good segue, damn it.
One of the ones that was absolutely like manufactured.
Right.
And I'm sure you've seen this one because everybody's seen it, is the Whopper meme. Have you seen that, Mom?
I don't know. Let me see it and I'll tell you.
It's the Burger King commercials. The Whopper, 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 Whopper.
I don't know, because my husband sings something about ding, fries are done. Do you want a cherry pie with that?
Oh, Hayden used to sing that all the time, dude.
My husband sings that. Papa Monkey sings that all the
Hayden
time.
used to sing that when COD Zombies was on top of the world.
Yeah, I know this.
So people would put that into songs, like the Kanye West song.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is a bop.
Okay, that's
sure.
funny.
We don't have to include that audio just for copyright reasons, but we can link it or whatever.
Yeah, but that's like the faster, better, stronger Kanye West
Yeah.
song tempo thing.
You mentioned being like manufactured, and I'm sorry to like cut in, Jason, but like I couldn't
it's
use
good.
that.
No, that's really funny.
But people would associate that onto so many different things. Like there was a big meme about when this was still playing on TV and was really like popular. About, do you remember when DeMar Hamlin went down against the Bengals and like essentially died on the football field?
Yeah.
Well, when they were like, we're gonna go to commercial and be right back, it was clear like this was a super serious thing. The first commercial after 2.5 seconds of black was just Whopper, 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 Whopper. And it was so inappropriate but funny.
What an omen. Right, okay, so wasn't his like thing due to like a heart condition, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
No?
even that. It was just the most freak timing. He got hit square like
No. So like was why he went down, does it have anything to do with his heart?
Yes.
It was like the electrical system that runs your heart, but like there was nothing physically wrong with him, I don't think. It was just like the timing of the pulses and exactly where he got hit in that exact fraction of a second like stopped his heart.
Well, I was going to say the irony of it is the Whopper being the first commercial.
Right.
Like Whoppers being widely associated with high cholesterol.
Right.
Yeah.
It's ironic.
But here's what I will say. You're right. It was the perfect storm of things that took him down. But kudos to the way he and the community rallied after that, because he now has his own foundation where they put the defibrillators in the high school and middle school programs to prevent that from happening.
Yep.
All right, now you go, Jason.
God gives beauty for ashes.
Yes, he does.
Turns evil for good and bad things for better.
Yep.
Anyway, now that we're on that, and this is actually a shout out to Older Monkey.
Aw.
Or Oldest Monkey, I should say.
Wayward Monkey.
Because he 100% is why I know about
Oh,
this.
God.
And Mom, I think you'll know about it as soon as you see it as well.
Yep, you might want to check Facebook.
I'm afraid.
Hell yeah.
Dude. Hell yeah. Hell no.
Okay, yeah, it's just more of the same, but like that banana bread at work that I did, like that was
yeah.
set around the house for so long.
Oh my gosh. What an editing nightmare that will be.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thanks for that.
If you wait, like good things will come to you, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ah.
Hell yeah.
But that was one of my favorites for a long time, because like what? It's like the best thing in this dude's life is some banana bread he got at work.
Okay, so wait a minute. Then I have a very basic question then. For some reason, I was under the impression a meme was a stagnant image with a photo and text.
We've come a long way, dude.
That's how they started
We
out,
have come
but
along.
they've evolved into just so much more.
So it used to be those like multicolored background circles with like a picture of an iguana, stuff that is just unrelated to whatever the actual joke is, right? So the joke was in the text. The images were just stock whatever. But yeah, we've come so far.
We've come a long way, baby. Okay, so then maybe that's why I don't know about these memes.
Yeah.
Memes nowadays take on a life of their own.
Think like records to MP4s.
Like far beyond their original intentions. Like, again, to go back to the Haktua girl, it took on so much more of a life than ever was intended for it, you know?
Yeah.
Right, sure. But then I think about things like, I don't know, back when the ice bucket challenge was really big, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you think about how did that actually get started? And really, if you trace it all the way back, it was a marketing thing. And they got the right people to sign on to give it legs. And then, oh my gosh,
Yep.
it like took off. And great for them, you know, because they're raising money for an awesome cause. But that's when I say, like, sometimes things that go viral like that are constructed to do that. And so sometimes I just sit around and think to myself, you know, working in this in that industry, I'm like, I need to make something go viral, right? Like monkeys.
Like monkeys.
Yep. Right.
All right, what else you got?
I have one from my newest addiction.
Oh, good
And
night.
that is professional wrestling. Do you know who Joe Hendry is by chance?
I don't.
So he is a wrestler in TNA right now, but
Not that stands for total nonstop action.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So he's a wrestler for the wrestling promo TNA, and this is his newest version of his entrance song, and for whatever reason, it just blew up on the internet.
Well, because he looks like a goob smack.
He looks like Andy Cohen.
Yeah, sort of.
That's who he
Who
looks.
But
looks
like the
like
whole-
who looks like Anderson Cooper's child.
Well, he looks like Anderson Cooper's like drag, I think.
But like the whole thing is just like say his name and he appears, and like every time he does an interview or something like that, they just say his name and he
Say
like,
his
rolls
name
into
and-
frame.
There he is.
It's just everywhere right now with anything WWE related.
Right. And I think that's part of what makes it go, right? Is you're willing to look stupid,
Yeah.
act stupid, be stupid, you know, because people think that's funny. Because he did look like a goob smack.
Well, I mean,
What does that even mean?
it's a goob smack. What you mean, man?
What you mean, Mom?
That's kind of a smaller one, more related to my hobby. So
Yeah.
it's
Well.
not too much to it.
All right. What else you got, Jason? I'm liking getting this edumacation. I mean, not that it's ever going to serve me in life, because none of these memes are going to get served up in my social media.
Well, here's the thing. We're only showing you stuff that's been like long gone.
Okay.
Thus far, anyway. Like nothing we're showing you is like overly contemporary
Got
at
you.
this point.
But it's nice for me to be in the know, because if I ever have a client come to me and go, hey, I want to do a thing like the wrestling guy, I'll know what they're talking about.
Right. So this meme has actually like taken on brand new life. It started out as just referring to Ohio.
Skibbity toilet.
It has become so much more, and I'm referring to this image.
If you want in on the giggles, you'll have to check the Facebook page.
I can't see it.
it's the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's two astronauts in space looking at the world, and the first astronaut is just like, wait, it's all Ohio, and all the land on Earth is just replaced with one giant Ohio.
It's just a Pangea.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Ohio.
And the astronaut behind him's like, always has been, and is about to shoot him in the back of the head.
So this
Okay.
template, where it originally referred to just Ohio, this template has just grown so much.
So
like, go ahead.
I just want to give some context for like the why Ohio thing. The original meme in itself that has led to this point is Ohio is nothing. Like, what's in Ohio? It's a trash place. Like, why would you want to live there?
Right.
Right.
And so it has just evolved into this now.
So now Ohio is taking over the world with their
Yeah.
skibbity toilets.
Right. And so Futurama.
You knew I was going to like work in some skibbity toilet because, it's dog water.
So, like, actually here, look, that's what I'm saying. The template has just become new. So, like, there's now stuff like this.
It's so small.
I know. Anyway, so it's just a picture of the world with, like, a really bad, like, bob wig on. And it just says, it's all Karens. And the other astronaut said, it's always has been.
That I can relate to.
Right.
Okay, this
funny?
one I get. I mean, 100%.
Yeah. So it's the same template, but you could put whatever you wanted there, right? So like we could put our logo on the world and said, "Oh, it's all Monkeys Unfiltered." And
Always
there's,
has
it
been.
always has
Oh.
been.
Always has been.
All right,
Like,
we're
easy.
doing that. We're doing that. That's dropping in social. Be on the lookout.
There you go.
Be on the lookout.
Do you have any more that you want to get to, Jason?
Actually, maybe.
Because I really only have one more, and it's not so much a meme. I mean, there are memes that have come out of it, but it's really the way somebody did somebody else.
But Mom, so this will make you feel more comfortable because you think memes are only just a solid image. There's this one.
Bonk.
I know what a bonk is. Okay, but why
Okay.
is this funny? It's just even poorly done.
That's the point.
Now would be a good time to check the Facebook page to see what the monkeys are giggling at.
Here's the thing. It's not funny. And that's why it's funny, right? So it's two
Shiba
Shiba
Iba
dogs,
Noo-Noos.
and one Shiba is using a baseball bat, right? One Shiba is using a baseball bat to bonk another Shiba on the head. And like, so these are two real, just stock images. The baseball bat is added when the two photos were
Right.
just pasted on the same like background, right? And so the premise of this one is anyone who kind of like acts like a skeeve on the internet, anyone who like is just like thirsting after women or is a simp or whatever, they have to go to horny jail. And so the Shiba bonk comes out to send them to horny
wait,
jail.
you said a word in there. What?
Simp.
What is that?
So a simp is a guy who like does anything for an internet personality, mostly female, because they think they have a future together.
Oh, so that would be all of y'all.
So anyone who bought Belle Delphine's bathwater
Bathwater, yeah.
What?
is a simp.
This is one of those moments.
Yeah, that. Yeah, there's that too. Hold on. I have to find that article. Oh my god.
There's a streamer. I think she used to be a streamer, but
A streamer or a stripper?
yes.
Oh,
She did.
got it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, the two are kind of one and the same at this point. In some.
So she did some adult content.
On her stream?
And then, well, on like OnlyFans and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
Wait, what do you know about OnlyFans, little boy?
everybody knows what OnlyFans is. And if they say they don't, they're lying.
Truly.
So she decided that one day she was gonna bottle up her bathwater and sell it. And she sold out very quickly.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
100% facts.
All right, that's it. Next week, I'm selling my bath water. Y'all get ready. It'll be available on Monkeys Unfiltered. Oh, God.
She got in huge trouble for this. I would not advise that.
Why'd she get in trouble? Because it's biohazard?
Yeah, because there's like laws for like shipping liquids and
Yeah.
stuff that I
Right.
don't think she
Yeah, and
followed.
biohazards. You can get in trouble for mailing somebody your used panties.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's actually all the rage in Japan. There's vending machines for that sort of thing.
Right, it's not just Japan. And it's not new.
So let me ask you a question, Mom.
Yes.
I just looked it up. How much would you pay for, I don't know,
Oh my God.
the only person I can think of that you've got a major thing for is Bruce, for Bruce Springsteen's bath.
Not a dime.
$30 is what she charged.
Gross.
Mhm.
Well, that's like, what's her name? Oh goodness, hold on. Her name's gonna come to me. She was married to your guy there from Coldplay, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
She sells a candle, smells like her vagina. Like what?
Yeah.
Why do I want to smell Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina?
Oh yeah, she sold Vaj candles. So here's the thing. Much like Donald Trump was on record saying, like, I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not get arrested for it, or like I'd still be the nominee or what have you. Like, people get so like blown up and famous or whatever that like they literally think like, I can do anything, right? So it's the same thing. Gwyneth Paltrow, I think she was doing like an interview with somebody on a talk show, and she was like, I could sell anything, because she's a huge entrepreneur.
Yes.
And so she literally said, I think I can sell candles that smell like my junk. And that's exactly what she did. And it actually worked
I
out.
don't think she said junk. And she does sell them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody out there either has purchased, knows someone who has purchased, thinks they know someone who has purchased, someone who's even thought about purchasing one of these candles, I want to interview them.
So the image up here, I know you can't read it because it's kind of like a bad quality image, but it just says, Belle Delphine, I'm now selling my bathwater for all you thirsty gamer boys. Check out my new shop where I'm selling stuff for you. www.me, whatever. I'm not going to read the whole URL.
Gross.
But like,
So,
bleh,
so
right?
at $30 a pop, and she sold out immediately, almost. Are you ready to hear how much she made just from selling her bathwater? It's gonna make you puke because it's more than a lot of
I'm going to say $300,000.
And you won't even have drank the bathwater.
not that much, but selling bathwater.
Oh, well.
Like, it's more than I make in a year, and it makes me sad.
Is it 90?
90 grand.
$90,000.
She sold 3,000 bottles of her bathwater.
Thanks for coming to the show, people. That's all, because I'm speechless. Good Lord.
I mean, like, what?
But why? I mean, why? Okay, like, why?
Because people on the internet are weird.
I just don't know what else to say. Why would you buy that? Why would you spend $30 of your hard-earned money for that? When
because you're a simp.
but let's be clear. That's not her bathwater.
Right. I was going to say, we just went over this.
She didn't sit in that bathwater.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I highly doubt it. She might have filled her bathtub up with the water.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
And then like sat down in it or whatever.
Not even.
So mom, here's the reason people would do that, because like she looks like this.
E-girl. That's what you would call that.
Literally, yeah, e-girl. That's a good term. So people like just
That's attractive. I mean, I'm not dissing on her. I'm sure she's a lovely girl, but that is attractive to people.
To people on the internet, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's hold on, let me find another. Here it is.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
You're about to learn a whole different culture here.
Now, I'm aware this stuff goes on. It just baffles me.
All right. So
Yeah.
there is
God.
what's called
Oh,
like
God.
the anime face. Hayden, you know about this? Stuff like this.
And this is what blows my mind. I understand that the majority of our listeners are men, but if there are any young women who listen to our show, please catch a man with your brain.
Yeah. And that's okay. So I'm more recently there's been, Hayden, have you heard about trad wives?
Mm-mm.
So trad wife literally just means traditional wife.
Mm.
And so now that's being like turned into like a term
That's me.
Yeah, and like there's nothing wrong with being quote unquote a traditional wife. Like Shoe on Head actually has a really good video on YouTube about trad wives that it's literally just women being like homemakers again. Like there's nothing wrong with it, right? But there's been such a movement of women's empowerment and all this, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it per se, but the women who still choose to like fill a specific role, like that should be okay. So trad wife means like that they just stay home. It's nothing special.
Right. Okay. But like this little girl, I mean, clearly she's found a way to make a living. Good for her, right?
Clearly.
Here's my problem with that is it plays on, and there's no, this is no disrespect to men. It's just how we're constructed, right? So it plays on the visual weaknesses that men are built with, you know, because men are very visually driven. And that to me falls into the category of exploitation,
Yep.
but it's twofold to me. She's exploiting her person to exploit your weakness. I don't mean you specifically, but that's just
Yeah, I get you.
by no means am I a prude. Let's be clear. You know, I've done my fair share of this, that, or the other thing. I'm not a prude and I don't begrudge people, you know, being who they are. But when you take it to that level where I by no means am a feminist. I want to be really clear. I 100% believe men should take out the garbage and hold doors open for women and all of that kind of stuff. But I also know as a woman, I can do all that too. I can take out the garbage. I can open my own door. I can open the door for a man if I want. You know, it's not a matter of being a feminist, but when it gets to the point to where women act like that, great, you're making a ton of money and you're taking advantage of men who have no self-control, but you're really just ripping down the rest of the female generation or the female species and just saying we're nothing but a pair of boobs and a, what do they call it, apple bottom. Even though I have all of that stuff, I also have a really big brain.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't even have to be about the brain. You could just be a person, right? You could just exist in
right.
life. You don't have to like overly. But here's the thing.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't happen if it weren't successful, right? There was a recent debate I listened to between Destiny and Ben Shapiro. And so one of the questions posed was like, is OnlyFans empowering for women? And so the responses were Destiny, who's a liberal person, said, I don't quite know if I would say yes, but like in a general sense, like the women who make money on the platform, I would say it is empowering. And so Ben Shapiro's answer was like, it's a no across the board. Even the women who make money from it are just being degraded by like an optional basis, right? Now there are YouTubers, and I'm not gonna name names, but like there I've watched videos where it's break down like the person's like rise to fame and what they're actually doing. It's literal modern day like pimping essentially. So what this person will do is get these like attractive women in his circle, and then he'll kind of exploit their like attractiveness or whatever, and then get them to sign contracts to start an OnlyFans, and he'll take 50% of the profits.
That's
from them.
so disgusting.
It's absolutely despicable and it's gross, and like none of this is what the episode is about. Sorry, Hayden.
I'd rather just go back to talking about the funny memes.
I just realized Hayden's just chilling. Like,
Hayden's like me when y'all talk about Star Wars. Like,
I mean, I was perfectly fine, you know, letting mom get her little rant out. Like, not rant, but like,
because mom's an old
speak her
lady.
mind.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I'll just sit and wait.
Zoe, show me another funny meme then.
I think we're actually out of memes and out of time.
I think we're out of time. Yeah.
Well, then I have a funny for you guys. I know that's how it works, right?
Oh,
that's
how
how
the
it
turntables
works.
Yeah. That is how the world works.
Does anybody know what time it is?
Monkey mischief.
Monkey mischief time. What do they call that?
Monkey mischief.
When you do all that
ASMR.
ASMR. I always say it wrong. I call it arms.
I apologize for people who hate that.
Is it autonomic meridian response or something? Sensory response. Autonomic meridian sensory response.
Sensory something.
Dude, I don't know.
Anyways, okay, enough of that nonsense. We're down for some real nonsense. It is time for Monkey Mischief. So if you joined us in social media this week, you would have seen the first half of our dad joke. If you have no idea what we're talking about, then you need to be following us on social media and checking in on Mondays where we post the first half of a dad joke. So this week you would have seen, if slow old men use walking sticks, what do fast old men use?
Racing sticks.
Running sticks.
Hurricanes, which is so fitting for Hayden and I as Florida State residents.
That's great.
That's a good
I love
one.
that. I think that's unironically my favorite one you've done thus far.
It's a really good one.
Yes, I like that one too. And I thought it was very fitting for Hayden and I, since we are now into hurricane season. We've had like a ripper that missed us, thank goodness. But
It hit Texas, though. Hayden, are your people okay?
Yeah. And like it made it all the way up to like Quebec and Vancouver. Not Vancouver.
yeah, it was crazy. It was
Jeez.
crazy huge, just
Yeah.
insane.
There's like major flooding up there.
yeah.
That's okay. Global warming is not a thing. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Don't worry about it. Anyhow, before we go down another political rabbit hole, if you think you have a joke that is suitable for Monkey Mischief, we would love to have you send it to us. I have gone on to the website and updated the submission form to make it even easier for you guys. So visit us at www.monkeysunfiltered.com. Scroll down to the bottom. There is a submission button. And if you send us a joke that we choose to voice on air, Hayden, what happens? They get a what?
Sticker.
He can't go across the room anymore because he reconfigured his
Yeah.
office.
He didn't put a lot of effort into that.
I
That
can't
was
really
weak.
go very far. I'm
Sorry, audience. It's ruined.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I
Yes,
suck.
we will send you. Yes, we will
Thanks.
send you the most incredible Monkeys Unfiltered sticker. There is a picture of it on the website where you submit your joke. We have had a listener submission several weeks ago, and so we're looking for some of the rest of you guys to get on the stick with that. You know, specifically, I don't know, Jerry. Anyhow.
Name drop finally.
Oh my goodness. So we love to say hi to our fans. So if you give us a wave or give us a follow, drop a comment on the social media, then we know you're listening and we'll be sure to give you a nice hello and thanks for listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Now for the ending the monkeys intended for this show.
Also, we haven't really addressed it at all, but there's video now. You haven't noticed, you can check us out on YouTube at Monkeys Unfiltered.
Absolutely.
And I believe there's a way to make it pop up on Spotify. We'll look into that. But for anyone on Apple or Amazon or wherever that's not Spotify, you can either head over to Spotify or YouTube.
So for me personally, like, I don't know if anybody else has this, but like, I die to know what people look like if I just hear their voice long enough.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of an adventure to me. If I've been listening to like 26 episodes or whatever it is, and I finally like, that's what that does not go with that voice.
Yeah.
I
you
know. I used to Google
love
people.
that.
I used to Google. Hayden, remember back when we listened to Radio Lab a lot?
Yeah.
I was just dying to
With
know what
Jad and them. Yeah.
Applerod or whatever his name. Yeah, I needed to know what he looked like because he had such a distinctive voice. And then, of
Rob-
course, I Googled him and I went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean that as a diss. It just wasn't what I had.
It's not at all what
in
you
my
expect
mind.
him to look like.
Right. So for anybody who is now seeing us for the first time, pay no attention to the cartoon figures that we've been rolling at you for the last 26 weeks.
Right. And I know I'm beautiful, but like, don't bother.
Well, you're kind of in the dark, so.
Yeah, I am. That's by design. Don't worry
He's
about
the
it.
mysterious monkey.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, anyhow.
Now for the actual ending of this show.
Anyway, though, thank you all for being here. This was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Educating my mother.
Just your mother?
Yeah, just mine,
Okay,
not
Got
yours.
it. Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't have a mother anymore.
You're motherless.
until next time, goodbye.
Visit us on social media.
Monkeys Unfiltered everywhere.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. He's such a dork.
So wait, I've been turning this webcam on and like there's only just now video.